It wasn't meant for you. The conversation was already happening when you walked up. The door was mostly closed. Or maybe it was a phone left off mute. Or a text thread somebody scrolled past without realizing you were standing right there. However it happened, and the how doesn't really matter, your name was in somebody's mouth.
You spend time with your family? Sure I do. Good. Because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
In a room, in a tone, and they didn't know you could hear it. What they said wasn't what you expected. And I need you to sit with that for a second before I explain what I mean. Because the easy version of this,
when you lose your character, you lose everything. Remember that.
would be they were talking badly about you. You got angry. Now it's war. That's not what happened. What happened was stranger than that. Worse in some places. Better in others. At the same time. And that combination, that specific cocktail, is what changed everything. Let me break it apart. There was a voice in that conversation.
Well, my brother has a sword and I have my mind. A mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone.
That hurt you. Somebody you thought was safe. Somebody who, to your face, had always been warm, supportive, careful with you. And in that room, when they thought you weren't there, the warmth was gone. Not replaced by cruelty exactly. Replaced by something almost worse. Indifference, casual dismissal. Your name came out of their mouth the way you'd mention a chore you keep putting off. Like you were a problem to manage.
Not impossible until we fail. If we fail searching for greatness.
Not a person to consider. They weren't even angry at you. That would have been easier. They were bored of you. And they said it with the kind of ease that told you this wasn't the first time. This was just Tuesday for them. That one landed. I know it.
Maybe it's because you don't realize how much you appreciate something until somebody takes it away.
Did. Because being hated is something you can fight. Being reduced to an inconvenience by someone you trusted, that goes somewhere different. That goes into the...
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing?
Part of you that still wants to believe people mean what they say to your face. And it poisons something there. Quietly. The way a crack in a foundation...
They will strike and you will be alone.
Just sits there, rearranging the weight distribution of everything above it. And you know what the worst part was? You couldn't even react in the moment.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice.
Because you weren't supposed to be hearing it. So you just stood there, or kept walking, or put your phone down.
In the barbecue. But it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like home.
And you held your face together while something inside you was doing that thing where it falls very slowly, like when you knock a glass off a counter.
You're going to suck every penny out of the tractors, and if it doesn't work...
It will work.
But you don't...
And there's that half second where it's still in the air, and you know what's about to happen, but you can't stop it. That's what it felt like.
With the greatest car the world has ever seen. As strong as Hercules, as beautiful as Sophia, when it must be...
Except nobody else saw the glass fall, just you. So that was the worst part. Now here's the part you didn't expect. There was another voice. Somebody you had written off. Somebody you assumed didn't think about you at all, or thought about you the way the first voice did. And that person...
My family. The blood. Well, that's not the same thing.
Without knowing you could hear, said something that stopped you cold. They pushed back. They said, "No, actually, you don't know what you're talking about."
My workers. Huh? My friends.
They love you because you pay them.
You don't know what they've been dealing with. And the way they said it wasn't performative. It wasn't for an audience, because remember, there was no audience. They thought they were just talking. They defended you the way people defend things they've thought about privately for a while, and finally got a reason to say out loud. And suddenly, you've got two pieces of information that don't go together. The person you trusted is not who you thought. The person you dismissed is more than you knew.
Family cares about you, not what you can do for them. Family's there, through the good.
In one accidental, unplanned, overheard moment, the whole map got redrawn. That's what changed everything, not the words, the map. Because up until that moment, you were navigating your life based on assumptions.
You are the only one. Everyone else thinks I'm great.
Who are all these people?
Reasonable ones, sure. You assumed warmth meant loyalty. You assumed distance meant disinterest. You assumed the people who showed up were the people who cared. And the people who stayed quiet had nothing to offer. And most of the time, those assumptions are close enough to true that they work fine. But not this time.
Bad. Oh, they got your back, even when it hurts. That's family. That sound like your mother?
This time, the assumptions were upside down, and you would never have known it if that door had been closed all the way, if that phone had been on mute, if that text had scrolled past 2 seconds later. Think about how much of your life you're running on assumptions exactly like those. Think about how many rooms you're not in right now where your name is being used in a tone you haven't heard yet. That's not paranoia. That's just the math of being a person who exists in other people's stories. You're a character in conversations you'll never hear, described in ways you'd never recognize, defended by people you'd never expect.
Man, you don't even care about your own son. The only thing that matters is a great Lamborghini.
What do you want me to do?
And dismissed by people you'd never suspect. The only difference between you and everyone else is that you accidentally heard one of those conversations. Most people never do. So now the question is, what do you do with it? And I want to be careful here, because the first instinct is almost always wrong. The first thing you want to do is confront the person who hurt you. Pull them aside and say, "I heard what you said." Watch them scramble. Watch the mask go back on. Watch them try to explain it, soften it, reframe it into something that doesn't sound as bad in daylight.
It's done, all the way around. Some of us pulled a lot of crap, Dan. Well, clean slate.
And you'd get that moment. You'd get the satisfaction of watching them squirm. But here's what you'd lose. You'd lose the single most valuable thing you've ever had, which is accurate information about someone who doesn't know you have it. The second you confront, they adjust. They know the mask slipped, so they build a better mask.
For me, family don't end in blood. But it doesn't start there either.
And now you're back to guessing. You gave up the only honest read you've ever gotten from them for 10 seconds of confrontation. That's a bad trade. Don't make it. Keep the information. Use it quietly. Let it sit behind your eyes when they're being warm with you. You don't have to be cold. You don't have to change your face. You just have to stop organizing your trust around their performance. That's all. Downgrade them internally and keep moving. They don't need to know they've been downgraded. The adjustment is yours private and permanent. Now, the second piece, the person who surprised you. You don't have to run over and hug them either. That would be weird, and they'd know something happened. But you can start paying closer attention. You can start noticing the things you were probably missing before, the small, consistent things that quiet people do instead of performing loyalty. The ones who don't announce their care. The ones who just keep showing up unremarkably without needing you to notice. You probably have more of those people than you think. You were just looking in the wrong direction because the loud ones took up all the space. And here's a thought that might sting a little. How many times has someone like that been standing next to you, giving you real loyalty, real attention, and you walked right past it because someone louder was putting on a better show? How many of your quiet people eventually stopped being quiet and just left because they realized you were never going to turn around? You don't have to answer that right now, but if a face just came to mind, that's the map working. That's the overheard conversation, doing something useful instead of just hurting. Here's the thing about overhearing something you weren't supposed to. It doesn't give you a weapon, it gives you a map. And a map is only useful if you actually follow it, instead of running back to yell at the territory for being different than you thought.